Hi, I'm Amanda Brown.
And I'm Jose Cabrera.
And you're watching
Five Questions.
Today we got a chance to talk to Sarah Coble, an artist known for her unique sculptures and installations.
And we got to ask her 5 questions.
So let's hear what she had to say. Question number 1. Where do you find your inspiration?
Well, from a number of places. A big inspiration for me is Rodin. I love his very gestural sculptures, the way he handles clay. And I love the terracotta studies by a lot of the Canova and some of the Renaissance sculptors. Bernini, I do lots of drawings from art history. And whenever I can go in person and see their work and draw. So I do a lot of drawing. And the figure, the human body and how it moves and how expressive people are. So that's a big inspiration as well. With this series of work, I'm also inspired by history, local history. And so this is a whole new body of work about the Underground Railroad.
Question number 2. In addition to your own work, who are artists you recommend students study?
Well, I think Swoon Street Smart is one of the most interesting people making work right now. She does public work in all kinds of spaces. A lot of it is impermanent, and she works with communities. And so that interests me a lot. She's really kind of outside the commercial art world, but she's gone down and worked with hurricane victims. After Katrina, she was there doing community projects. So she's an interesting person for me. I would check out what she's doing. And then I look at Rodin. I think he's a really great source for human figure for sculptures and drawings.
Question number 3. What is the biggest piece of advice you have for a student hoping to pursue art as a career?
Well, I worked with some wonderful teachers, and they gave me great advice. And one was to take advantage of your assets. And that's something I'm always trying to figure out. So you kind of find what you have. If you have a small studio with a high ceiling, then you can make stacked pieces or tall pieces. If you're working in your kitchen on your kitchen table, you just put small pieces in boxes and stack them somewhere. So you can always be making work with whatever you have and wherever you have. Don't ever let money or space or time keep you from working. So just to be wondering about the world, looking at, knowing about everything, to really have lots of ideas and inspiration to never go dry as an artist.
Question number 4. What role does an artist play in society?
Well, I think the art is a huge role in society, and I was so deeply disturbed by the terrorism that happened this summer, the Taliban just wrecking huge ancient Buddha sculptures carved into the cliffs. It's interesting that art threatens people. Art is part of our DNA to be making a visual statement in our landscape. So the artist really has a big role as a communicator, problem solver, thinker. So we just have to keep making art and putting it out there, going and seeing these sites, knowing about art, go to the museums, to learn about art history, and to create community. I love how artists create community like here.
Question number 5. What is the most memorable response you've had to your art?
Well, I was so surprised. I did a mural that's over at near Playland, and it has a big dragon. It's a big dragon and a boy in a boat. It's, the dragon looks like he's about to eat the boy. It's a very colorful mural. It was a lot of fun to do. It's a coming-of-age story. I did the dragon because the dragon coaster is nearby. And someone came along and said, this is outrageous work. It's like a horrible scene. The boy's going to get eaten. It's not like happy flowers, and it's not an American flag. So I was like, I never thought my work was controversial before. Other people really liked that mural, by the way. So that is also another part. It was really rewarding, too, when a family walked by and a father said, my sons have made up stories over the years about your mural. They all have figured out what it's about. They tell each other the stories. So seeing that my piece now became part of their lives, that really moved me and inspired me to make more work, too.
We'd like to thank Sarah Coble for answering our questions.
And you should visit her website at sarahcoble.com.
We'll see you next time on
Five
Questions.
Questions.